Compare the static environment of a typical electrical grid to the crushing depths of ocean currents, or the relentless, repetitive motion of robotic manufacturing. Specialty cables do not follow a single unified demand cycle. Growth in data centers or railways often moves independently of shipbuilding or renewables, meaning manufacturers must navigate a fragmented landscape of distinct procurement timelines and technical standards. In standard building wire, the engineering focus is singular: the copper conductor's ability to move power from point A to point B with minimal resistance. Specialty cables operate under a different set of physical constraints. The challenge shifts from the internal conductor to managing multivariable external threats, like surviving millions of continuous mechanical flexing cycles or withstanding 72 bars of subsea pressure. Standard cables are designed to transmit electricity. Specialty cables are engineered to survive environments that are actively trying to destroy them. To understand why having the capacity to manufacture standard wires does not automatically translate into the capability to produce specialty cables, we need to look at how these systems are actually constructed. We can map this gap by digitally architecting a multifunctional specialty cable from the inside out, layer by layer. Our design process requires solving for the friction between functional integration, polymer compounding, and the physical limits of extrusion. We begin our digital build with the absolute baseline, the standard static copper conductor. To serve modern critical infrastructure, this static copper core must be re-engineered into a dynamic, multifunctional composite system. Industrial automation requires these lines to perform on multiple fronts, transmitting high-voltage power while carrying precise control signals and fiber optic data. Combining these functions reduces installation complexity and optimizes utility in the highly restricted spatial footprints of modern server racks. Ultra-fast EV charging stations push massive electrical loads, up to 600 amps, generating intense heat. To manage this without sacrificing flexibility, liquid cooling tubes and temperature sensors become integrated structural components. This internal complexity opens the door to dynamic asset monitoring. By embedding fiber optic current sensing directly into the architecture, operators gain real-time visibility into load currents, sheath temperatures, and the overall health of the insulation. These metrics provide the hard data required for predictive analytics and precise fault localization in sprawling underground networks where physical access is nearly impossible. Functional integration solves spatial and operational limits, but it results in a complex, vulnerable internal core that requires specialized chemical protection to survive in the field. The task of sheathing this dense core highlights the true technical differentiator in modern cable manufacturing: advanced polymer compounding. This radar chart maps the compounder's dilemma. The most critical material properties required for infrastructure projects are often mutually exclusive. Take halogen-free flame-retardant compounds, required for data centers and metro systems to ensure fire safety. To achieve that rating, the polymer is loaded with heavy mineral fillers. As flame retardancy maxes out, mechanical flexibility collapses. Deploy that same rigid compound in a robotics facility, and it fails rapidly from continuous repetitive movement. These systems rely on specialized elastomeric materials, formulated strictly to maximize flex life, shifting the balance entirely. Other environments, like utility-scale solar farms, require cross-linked polymers capable of surviving decades of UV exposure and severe thermal aging, often utilizing electron beam technology to avoid chemical curing agents entirely. Every specialty cable sheath deployed in the real world represents a hyper-specific, calculated chemical compromise, dictated entirely by its exact operating environment. The right chemical formulation is just the first step. The next hurdle is physical manufacturing, pulling a moving core through high-speed, viscous polymer extrusion. A specialized chemical compound that successfully passes an isolated laboratory test does not guarantee a stable, mass-producible product on the factory floor. Heavily loaded flame-retardant compounds are notoriously difficult to run. They can cause severe processing issues on the line, like material plate-out or degraded surface finish. Simultaneously, the space constraints of modern data center modules require these multi-layer constructions to maintain incredibly tight dimensional tolerances. Maintaining precision requires continuous process automation. Manufacturers utilize advanced diameter measurement systems to instantly detect and correct microscopic physical variations on the fly. If even minor extrusion variations go undetected, they can compromise the cable's shielding effectiveness and ultimately cause long-term performance failure. Specialty cable manufacturing is a rigorous process control problem. The compound's chemistry and the extrusion line's physical precision must align perfectly, batch after batch. Even a perfectly extruded cable is not ready for the market. It first has to survive the final barrier to entry, the qualification chain. Before commercial supply can begin, the finished product is subjected to extreme environmental stress testing. This means proving it can withstand 72-bar subsea pressure tests or endure long-term 120 degrees Celsius thermal cycling. Physical survival in the testing chamber is merely the baseline requirement. Final acceptance in critical sectors requires extensive performance documentation and witnessed third-party audits. Customers building defense infrastructure, securing nuclear facilities, and offshore wind farms demand total transparency regarding raw material traceability and absolute consistency across every production run. These prolonged testing and homologation cycles demand massive upfront capital and continuous engineering focus long before a single commercial order is placed. The physical ability to manufacture a cable means very little without the institutional capacity to document, validate, and homologate its long-term performance. This rigorous qualification process reveals a persistent paradox in domestic capability. While there is massive capacity for downstream extrusion, highly specialized applications still rely heavily on specialized imported technologies. The primary bottleneck sits upstream. The specialized polyolefins, performance additives, and raw polymers required to formulate these extreme compounds remain tethered to global supply chains. The decision to localize this upstream capability is governed entirely by commercial viability and order volume. Import substitution becomes feasible only when demand for a niche application is large enough to absorb those massive engineering and qualification costs. Highly customized architectures and smaller production runs inherently drive up costs. Suppliers operating in this space cannot rely on economies of scale. They must compete on uncompromising reliability and precise execution. Producing standard power cables is a function of manufacturing volume. True commercial success in the specialty sector is defined by mastering extreme chemical constraints and surviving rigorous homologation.